How influential is Kendrick's music to you?
Very, like, top tier for sure. I just think the way he approached situations is like unbelievable, and his storytelling is impeccable. So he's a very big influence, and man, overly dedicated, probably overly dedicated. Section 80, even the Compton mixtape, when it's him, like it's like a graphic design of him almost with like a red collar shirt, like old mixtape. You can only listen to like YouTube, like, and it's just play straight through. You don't know which song is which. You just hear it, and it's like he's just dope. Like he's a that's the true definition of a gangster to me. Like, not having fear to say what you want to say, not having fear
Being
to express your
liberated?
opinion. Liberated, yeah, that's also a way you could put it as well. So, yeah, Kendrick is a very heavy influence on
When
my
the Kendrick
music.
Lamar LP dropped, me and my buddy Courtney, we was just going back and forth, and we was like, this guy is spitting something different.
Mm-hmm.
It was just given the fact of his age and his consciousness, and I believe it's from circa 2009, I believe.
Sound about right.
Hopefully I'm not misquoted. It just brought a different, cool, conscious element to something a little different from what the typical narration of what Compton would be.
Exactly.
And it seems as though you're embodying that. So when we transition into handouts, that's the most recent content material, the most Jian's vibe. It's a solid project. It has 7 songs.
Yes.
How did the title of Handouts come about?
I just think a lot of discussions with friends that might have seen me doing music, might have been to a studio session with me or a show, like just like my road dogs, like who people I bring with me, even my lady, people that I bring with me, seeing me go through certain things where it's like, bro, why are they treating you like this? Or they see me get mistreated by people, and
Explain that.
as far as like, it can be simple stuff like maybe at an open mic or something. It might be somebody I know and they might put me last on the show, like when nobody there.
That might be to your advantage.
Yeah, it could. It could be, but when you go to these shows consistently and you know how it is from beginning to end, and you get pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, it's like, oh man, it's jacked up. And then even with studio time, working with different engineers and money, it's a lot of politics with that. A lot of people is like, I try to make it clear to people, like, if you want to build, we could build. If we want to, run business, we can run business. But I feel like a lot of people just focus on money a lot of times, and that's cool. But it was no clear communication with a lot of these people that got their focuses on money, or maybe they going through things. It wasn't no clear communication. So with handouts, I basically just came up with that title because I felt like that's what everybody else was feeling like they was giving me. Like people was doing videos for me, free videos, studio time, giving me beats. Like, I didn't ask for none of this. This is, my work kind of speaks for itself. My work says, oh, he gonna get us out there. He gonna help us out. My work speaks like that.
Partnerships.
Exactly. But a lot of people didn't really, I don't know if they didn't want to do it. I don't know what's going on with certain people, but it's like a lot of people wasn't about that.
Standing on my own too. Yeah, you know a nigga gotta make his own moves. Competition ain't competition, they own notes. This a demonstration.
Is Jian back with a vengeance?
Low key, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'll cut everybody's head off. For real. Like, I'm not gonna cap about it. But with the music though itself, I wasn't coming with a vengeance. I was coming with, this is just how I feel, and I'm gonna express it as positive as I can, type thing. So, yeah. For
Win or
sure,
lose.
vengeance though.
Spearheads the project. And when I heard win or lose, I go, okay, we on to something. To kick off a a project with such a nostalgic hip hop feel? What was the inspiration behind that? Why didn't you go a little bit more commercial within your element?
Everybody here is commercial. Everybody. Most first albums you listen to, you probably know how the album gonna start for the most part. With me personally, I thought this would keep people interested in the album by me putting Win or Lose first, since it's so hip hop. And I'm a big fan of like East Coast rappers as well. Like big fan like Joey Badass, Nick Caution, all the Flatbush Zombies, all these New York cats that still keep the original hip hop within their
Charles Hamilton.
Exactly.
He was super dope.
Yeah, yeah. So so I just want to go with that original hip hop feel. I feel like everybody could vibe to it, whether you 7 or you 45. Like you could vibe to the original hip hop feel, the boom bap. You could vibe to that always.
But all that matters is how you making your profit. Can't be a man if you worry about the next one. I'm in the league of my own. Don't need to.
You have a couple clever interludes on the tape. What inspired the interlude on Understood? And why the KJLH reference?
So the inspiration behind Understood was me, behind the interlude was me waking up, like, cause the song before that was Overhead, and Overhead was me basically just self-expression, under the influence, not knowing where to go, not knowing who to talk to. So Understood was me just waking up into my everyday life, even as a kid. Like as a kid, my dad and my mom played KJLH every morning. Like that was the thing. Like if we didn't hear KJLH
on the way to school,
yeah. If we didn't hear KJLH, something was off. Something going wrong, you know. So we listened to KJLH every morning, and we went to a lot of jazz festivals and stuff like that. So, and those jazz festivals had a lot of influence on the music I like today and the music that I try to give people. So I threw that KJLH reference in there because I feel like that's really home for a lot of people.
kind of nostalgic.
Yeah.
Do you consider yourself an old head when it comes to hip hop?
No. I don't consider myself that because I'm an old head to music.
Okay.
As a whole.
In general.
Yeah. Now, hip-hop, no, because I didn't listen to everybody. I didn't listen to Ice Cube or Snoop or... I listened to them because, you know, they're legends. But I didn't really, oh, this is who I like. Like, this is my main people in my playlist. Like, nah, that wasn't me. So, I wouldn't say I'm an old head to hip-hop. But I am an old head to music because my mom, she played oldies. Like, every road trip, we listen to the oldies the whole trip. Anywhere we going, we listening to
the culture of music.
Yeah, the culture of it. Like, we watching even movies like Temptations, 5 Heartbeats. We watch all that stuff on VHS type things. So, it was never really hip-hop that I was a fan of. It was music.
In times that make sense and times that were concrete to you.
Yeah.
Family-wise.
For sure. Like, even going to Leimert Park as a kid, like, be there every weekend, being in drum circles and seeing people do spoken word over music with live bands, like, that brought everything together for me.
Just the art.
Yeah, just the art.
When we talk about, let's talk about Wake Up. That was a project that dropped in 2020.
Yeah.
How have you grown musically since then?
I've grown a lot. Wake Up, it was more like it was actually like a single for the most part, but it was like the single for my project, We Up One, that I dropped in 2020 as well. I feel like I changed a lot as far as my maturity level with this music and what I speak on and how I speak on it. Like how you said earlier, am I coming for vengeance? Like with some of the stuff I say, and it's like, yeah, but I could have came in an upset manner, in an angry manner, and I could have really mentioned names, and because I've done that before with no problem. So, but I could have done all that, but I decided to go positive with it, you know, and just speak for myself instead of speaking on other people and everything, you know.
So when it comes to going positive, what advantages has it led to in Jian's life?
Man, it led to everything. Even people I was talking mess about, like, it came full circle. Like, I ended up rekindling stuff with engineers or producers, like, just based off of my good energy that I put out. It's not even like, oh, I'm sorry for doing this. Nobody apologized or anything. It was just like the energy that I realized that the energy I put out is the energy I'm gonna get back in, you know, and just as much as good energy is full circle, karma is as well. So I take all of that very serious when it comes to just the music in general.
That was a maturation process, and Jian is a man, and Jian is an artist.
Yes, for sure, and that's even with the album, it was like that as well. Like the man and the artist put into one.
The tape, Handouts, it doesn't have like one signature sound. The title track song Handouts has an offbeat cadence. Who inspired that particular song?
I would have to say Kendrick Lamar inspired that song. At least the way I came on it, he inspired it. But even like being a musician, because I play drums as well, so I was always in the church playing drums, and I'll play off beat all the time, like on purpose. Like I'll play on beat, and I'll throw it off just to see if I could catch it, or just to see what I could do in between that.
You're a drummer?
In between that gap, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep, I'm a
That's
drummer.
a new tidbit of information, huh?
Yeah, I'm
right?
a drummer. Yeah. I've been
So
playing drums.
so drumming derived from
Going to Lamert Park.
Okay.
That's where it originally derived from. Going to Lamert Park, playing Kimbe drums and everything. That's where it started. That's the root of the drummer.
I'm in the league of my own, don't need impression up. I'm living life, I ain't worried, I'm headed to the top. Thinking they teaching me something.
Handouts is out now. Describe in 3 words how you feel about the project so far.
Love. My bad for using the same word as I used earlier, but
Love is universal. We can recycle that.
All right,
we good there.
All right, I got you. Love, confusion, and positivity.
The operative word there. You know where I'm gonna go back to.
I'm already know.
Let's talk about that.
So I say confusion because, like you said, like even with our conversation earlier, you was asking me about where when am I gonna put out more music, you know? So that's really my confusion because I already have, like I might have told you earlier, not in the interview but on our own time, that I was dipping into like auto-tune and different things because I don't want to be like stagnated into certain areas. So with the confusion is just what are the people gonna expect from me next? Or what do they expect me to put out? Do they expect me to be heavy on boom bap? Do they expect me to be heavy on soul? Do they expect me to be heavy on ratchet? However you want to describe the genres, what do they expect from me? I wanted to just make it clear to everybody that it's no such thing as a handout if you're doing stuff with genuine energy, you know? So that was the inspiration behind handouts. Just being done wrong, knowing that I, treated people with, genuine and positive energy, and it wasn't reciprocated. So, and I had to realize, like, nobody owed me anything, so that was the whole inspiration behind handouts.
So that was a dope backdrop to the sentiments behind the EP that's currently out, Handouts, and how you describe the album in 3 words or more, as you should. Whose voice do we hear on the outro?
That's my boy LB. So me and LB, that's like my best friend. So we've been going back, been friends since like 2010, 2009. So he literally been with like my homie before I was even pushing this music serious. So that's my boy speaking on the back, and it was really just to give motivation at the end of the tape, and not just motivation in life, but even motivation to just re-listen to the tape. Like I don't know if you heard it, but when he's speaking, that's actually him speaking in the beginning of the tape as well. With me and my homeboys in the car. And basically he was just telling me at the end of the tape, like, hey, we about to pick you up, whoop-de-whoop, and the whole tape was like dang near an illusion of my thoughts. You know?
How important was that to catch a positive vibe at the end of the tape with the outro?
I think it was very important because, like how you said, like even with some of my lyrics, people might, I know a lot of people like that I work with listen to this, listen to this project. So a lot of it was like out of spite, maybe what I wrote at that time. But I just wanted to end it with that because I'm letting people know, like, none of this is coming from an ill heart. Like, anything I say, even if it's negative, it's not coming from an ill. I'm being intentional with what I'm being intentional with what I'm saying, and I mean it. And it's not to offend anybody or to make somebody feel less of. It's just, this is how I feel, and this is what music is. It's a form of expression.
It's art.
Yeah.
In the rawest form.
Exactly. And if you can't give it raw, it's like, you might as well not even do this because there's too many people out here already that saturated the game.
Can we expect any visuals in the near future from the Handouts EP?
Yes, you can expect visuals within the next week or so for sure. Like off of the songs that people really like, couple visuals.
You want to throw some out there, or you want to leave the supporters looming and waiting?
I'll throw one out there. Overhead. We're gonna do a video for Overhead, which is like the top ranking song on the charts for the album right now. So we already got a video ready for the world to see type thing.
For sure. The most important question of the wrap up. How do you want your music to impact the world, the Jian brand? What Jian wants to bring forward?
I want to impact the world through positivity, basically. Not to sound like I repeated anything I said once before, but I just want to make sure that, how can I explain it? I'm so sorry. I want to impact the world by basically showing that it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter how you grew up or if you was privileged or if you was poor. Everybody goes through things. Everybody goes through life, and we need each other in order to persevere through those tactics of life. So that's my biggest impact. Like, no matter if you think you do it on your own or you got disagreements with people, you can learn something from everything that you do. Whether it's somebody mistreated, you can learn from that. Like, if you fail the test, you can learn from that. So that's my biggest impact for everybody. Don't beat on yourself so much. Every lesson is a blessing. I am the I am. Like, you are who you are. Like, don't make a to-do list. Make a to-be list. This is who you already meant to be, this person. Everything that we got is instilled in us already. So that's my impact for the world. Just dig everything from the inside and let it flourish out to the world.
Handouts EP out now.
Head spinning, pack winning, wolf gang, nigga. Tripping, not me. Can't stop producing from my tree. Plant a seed, never die out. Pattern scene, copyright out. Po, go to jail, think I got my rights now. Pipe down, pipe smoke. When that pipe smoke, smell bodies like a function. Lil' shawty on her monthly. Can't blame that smell that's lurking quick. Dead fish in the city. Fishing to the public, pick a nigga, show some pity. Want none of that. I got my homies that just want they niggas back. Walking out the house, mama pray I make it back. I be looking at my homies like they are my brothers. Looking at my mother like, yeah, we got each other. Looking at my sister like I need a hug. Looking at my neighbors, yeah, I miss my nigga Bubs. I be reaching out sometimes, it's fuck the hug. But it's all love, but it's all love. I be riding through the city like, oh well. I be missing from the city like a hotel. Talking to my OG, that's a coattail. Talking to a rat, that's a motel. I be riding through the city like, oh well. I be missing from the city like a hotel. Talking to my OG, that's a coattail. Talking to the rats, that's a motel. Feel my chest pounding, well-rounded, parents grounded. Think you bang and give a fuck, no. Snatch a watch, socks, hat, running up a check, no. Rookie in the vet, ho. Bookie, take your bet, ho. Put you in the set, bro. Hook you with a net boat. How is that possible? Logically, think it's possibly a myth. Think every day Ricky get shot. Lick your block. Some liquor on your block. Liquor shot can get you shot. Homie tripping off the liquor when we shooting dice. Forget opposites, don't touch so close twice. Cause I got homies that just want their niggas back. Walking out the house, mama pray I make it back. I be looking at my homies like they are my brothers. Looking at my mother like, yeah, we got each other. Looking at my sister like I just need a hug. Looking at my neighbors, yeah, I miss my nigga Bobs. I be reaching out sometimes, it's fuck the hub. But it's all love, but it's all love. I be riding through the city like, oh well. I be missing from the city like a hotel. Talking to my OG, that's a coattail. Talking to a rat, that's a motel. I be riding through the city like, oh well. I be missing from the city like a hotel. Talking to my OG, that's a coattail. Talking to the rats, that's a motel. Hey, Wolf Gang in your ear. Hey, shout out mom. Hey, shout out sister. Hey, shout out pops from above. Hey, shout out all my niggas that be showing love. Hey.